Hi guys! Today's video is all about my little perfume haul from traveling to Australia. Welcome back to the channel everyone. It is Jane and it's going to be a haul video today. I haven't been buying perfume much this year. This is a low buy year for me, and so this, you guys, is my very first haul for 2023. I'm very proud of myself for holding out this long, but this is a special travel because I haven't seen my little brother and his family for 8 long years. The pandemic made it even more difficult, so I had to buy some things. We braved winter and visited my brother in Melbourne this time of the year, but also flew to Sydney to see the Opera House. It was literally a pit stop. We were there only for less than 48 hours, but I had to squeeze in a little shopping from the Chemist warehouse. So if you're interested to see what I got and where I got them from, then please continue to watch. Bear in mind that this is from a tourist shopping perspective. If you have any tips and tricks for fragrance shopping in Australia, kindly drop me a comment down below for next time. The first real shopping for me happened during the Sydney leg of our travel. We made a beeline for the nearest Chemist warehouse, known to be the Aussie discount fragrance outlet. There were 3 outlets near the Rocks, that's the neighborhood we stayed in, and by proximity, and just because this outlet closes at 9 p.m, we went to the Chemist warehouse outlet in Pitt Street. The Chemist warehouse is Australia's largest pharmacy franchise retailer. I got a bunch of non-perfume items as well because they were heavily discounted. But for perfumes, I picked up 3 items. I will also mention the items I was tempted to buy but held off because I am in a low buy year, remember? The first item is Ariana Grande's Cloud Body Mist. This is weird of me, but I spent a good amount of time at the Ariana Grande section just because I was debating on whether or not to get the Maude Eau de Parfum duo, but settled on this body mist instead. The packaging says this is perfect for a lighter dose of Ariana Grande Cloud, and seeing as my reality is tropical weather year-round, this body mist is wiser to get. I have a full review of the EDP plus a head-to-head comparison with Cloud 2.0 in the channel. I will make sure to link the video down below if you're interested. This bottle retails for 14 Australian dollars. Now on to Maude Blush and Maude Vanilla Eau de Parfum. While I did not pick them up, I had enough time to form a conclusion in my head. Maude Vanilla Eau de Parfum is the white bottle of the two. I have to say that I am not a fan of the bottle. It is not very ergonomic, and if you are as clumsy as I am, I think we might drop the bottle trying to spray perfume out. Scent-wise, the reason why I did not think I needed this was because it bears a lot of similarity to the fluff and the vanilla of the original Cloud. The only difference is that this bears a fruity dimension that Cloud does not have, but otherwise the vanilla tone that leans a little lactonic is very much Cloud. Now this is also compared a lot to Zerosa 40. Nope, not for me. Zerosa 68 perhaps is a closer dupe. Maude Blush, the pink one, again not a fan of the bottle. Why this ridiculous shape and form, I do not know. This is the fruitier one but heavily sugared and sweet. It is not fluffy vanilla sweet but candy sugar sweet. It somehow disappeared on me very fast in the cold winter weather. A lot less appealing than Maude Vanilla, which I like better between the two. If you've smelled Carolina Herrera's Good Girl Blush, the Millennial Pink Stiletto, this is the same in the same general ballpark, although not 100% dupe. But thereabouts in terms of the smell, not worth picking up if you have similar perfumes. Moving on to the next item I purchased, tada! My very first Escada, and this is their 2020 summer limited edition called Flor del Sol. Believe it or not, despite living in tropical climate my entire life, I've never gravitated towards Escada, which are normally very tropical, fun, summery, and basically very cologne-y perfumes. I was honestly drawn to this bright, whimsical yellow packaging plus the price. This was going for $39.99 Australian dollars for 100 ml. That's about 1,600 converted to Philippine pesos. What a steal! Actually, it was not the price that made me buy this perfume. No matter how cheap, if it does not smell phenomenal, it is never worth it for me. For this Escada, it was actually the scent. I sprayed this on my sweater, and as my husband was approaching, he said, "What is that? You should consider buying that." So I submitted to my husband and to the scent and went home with this bottle. This perfume will fit right in our tropical climate. Walking around, I was very much tempted to buy more. The selection of fragrances in this outlet was great. They have everything from your usual lower price designer to your Tom Fords. They also have some niche brands like The third item I picked up was from a brand I have never tried before. I was initially really just interested in Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely, but see here, the price of the 30ml is the same $9.99 Australian dollars as a 10ml. So rather than spending $9.99 on one perfume, I settled for this SJP collection of travel sizes, which includes Lovely Eau de Parfum, Born Lovely, NYC, and NYC Crush in 10ml roller bowls. This whole set retails for $24.99, that's $6.25 Australian dollars for the 10ml SJP Lovely, plus 3 other fragrances to try and tell you all about. So please stay tuned for my review of this set. Walking around, I almost bought me a bottle of Cloud Musk from Mix Bar. This is a brand that's nowhere to be found in the Philippines but is so affordable, and some scents from the collection were raved about by YouTubers. A bottle was literally already in my basket, but the SA unfortunately couldn't get me a sample to try. So I had to put the bottle back in the shelf for maybe next time. Overall, it was a fulfilling shopping experience at the Chemist warehouse. I am very happy with my purchases, and I highly recommend you drop by any outlet when in Australia and looking to save some cash on your fragrance shopping. I also got very good deals on skincare products for my mom and my sister, some nail care products for myself, Aveeno products for my daughter, and some traveling essentials. They accept card and cash, so no worries for us tourists. Unlike the Philippines, where most shops are open till 10 to 11 p.m., Australian shops close pretty early. It is wise to check their closing times. For the Pitt Street outlet, it closes at 9 p.m. On our last day in Melbourne, we hit Queen Victoria Market. Because pasalubong is a must when traveling, but budget is the main limiting factor, we had to look for the best price there is. Queen Victoria Market is the place to be for bargain shopping. There's everything from keychains and ref magnets to t-shirts to UGG footwear to food. In there, I spotted this shop called Prishan Claystone. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing Prishan or is that Prishan correctly, but they are an Australian skincare brand specializing on claystone. They have a handful of skincare products including serums like vitamin C, retinol, and hyaluronic acid. On top of that are scented botanical oils for face and body. There are 3 variants, but at the time of my purchase, there were only 2 in stock, Neroli and the one I purchased in Jasmine, in 120 ml bottle with a dropper closure. This retails for $69.95 Australian dollars in the website, but I got my 120 ml bottle for a good price of 50 Australian dollars. I believe the receipt is still here and very much says $50 right there. In the website, it says Prishan Jasmine Oil is a marvelous anti-aging potion that diminishes wrinkles, creases, fine lines on the face and neck, besides stretch marks, sagging folds on the body. It's the perfect anti-aging option for everyone, working beautifully with a range of skin types and for all ages. There is a lavender oil variant which unfortunately I did not get to try. The neroli was a little too much for me. This jasmine was just perfect. Before I purchased this bottle, I asked to try a little bit on skin so I know I do not develop any allergic reaction to the substances in here. I highly recommend you do that for any skin and body care products you intend to buy for the very first time. On the bottom of the bottle, you see jasmine petals floating about, which I think was more for aesthetics and I suppose to account for the claim of being a natural ingredient product. This, by the way, closely resembles Dior's J'adore Huile Divine if you're curious to know how this smells like. The very reason why I really like this, plus this is definitely cheaper. I highly recommend Queen Victoria Market in Melbourne for bargain shopping. Stop by the famous Hot Jam Donuts food truck called American Donut Kitchen. It is very easy to spot because of the perpetually long queue. You get 5 delicious donuts for $10, and pro tip, you can ask for less sugar or less sweet, especially if you're watching those carbs. Best paired with hot black coffee. Queen Victoria Market is closed on Mondays, open on Tuesdays to Fridays, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., Saturdays at 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Sundays at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Again, it is best to check online for operating hours because this may change depending on season. They accept card and cash, but you do get to pay an extra $1 in some shops if you pay by card, so make sure to bring some cash along. My last stop for perfume shopping was, of course, Tullamarine Airport's duty-free shop. We had a couple of hours to kill before we board our flight back home, so there was plenty of time to look around. I was hoping to visit any Goldfield and Banks physical store, but as it is, I did not get the chance to do so. Fortunately, the airport carries the brand. I mean, they should, right? Seeing as it is a popular Australian perfume house. The Discovery set is available and retails for 45 Australian dollars. I have a full review of the Discovery set which I will link down below. Duty Free has all the Goldfield and Banks fragrances, including the newest releases, Ingenious Ginger and Island Lush. Their popular fragrances like Bohemian Lime are also out in display. And what I love best about the brand is that all the scents come in travel size bottles. The travel size retails for 42 Australian dollars, except for Island Lush, Purple Suede, and Silky Woods. The ones that come in gold bottles, the travel spray goes for 56 Australian dollars. Initially, I thought I'd like Island Lush more, but it was much too oody for my liking and truthfully leans very masculine to my nose. What I got was Ingenious Ginger. Oh my goodness, this is full bottle worthy to me right off the bat. If I were not on a budget, I would have gotten me a full 100 ml. Seriously, if you think this smells something like Twilly O Ginger, nope, not at all. Twilly O Ginger went straight to my declutter bin as soon as I smelled it. This is a keeper on first sniff. If you've ever tried Bundaberg ginger beer, hang on, I think I have it right now in the kitchen. This Ingenious Ginger captures the way this ginger beer makes me feel after a sip. This is bright, happy, soothing, uplifting, nothing a ginger concoction can't cure. If you are Filipino, you probably tried salabat sometime when you were down with the flu. This is like salabat and ginger beer with some bright citrus to keep this lifted. Highly recommend you try this one out. Even though I feel like this was intended to be a summer perfume, this is great for long rainy days like we are having now here in the Philippines. Phenomenal creation, must try at least. Next, I found another local Australian brand called Glasshouse Fragrances. This house initially started as a home fragrance company excelling in scented soy candles, later on creating perfume counterparts of their well-loved candles. The scents also come in 14 ml travel sizes, but unfortunately the available scents in this size were limited. What I got were Melbourne Muse and Forever Florence. Melbourne Muse has coffee flower, orange blossom, and vanilla. This will remind you of a less sharp Black Opium by YSL. I honestly prefer Melbourne Muse to Black Opium. Forever Florence has wild peonies and lily, musk, and peach. Nothing crazy, an everyday fresh fruity floral scent which isn't difficult to like, but honestly, nothing too compelling to own a full bottle of. From the brand, I've also tried Diving into Cyprus. It was a blue masculine perfume to me. Midnight in Milan was an orange blossom forward BR540 DNA, which I didn't think I needed. And lastly, Ataha Affair is a butterscotch caramel sweet perfume, which I like in candle form more than a fragrance to spray on me. Each of these retails for 26 Australian dollars, which is great value for a travel spray. It is about half the price of Goldfield and Banks for 4 extra meals. Next, I got the sample set of Estee Lauder's luxury fragrance collection called Small Wonders. This contains all the 8 fragrances in the collection, each in 4 ml spray minis. I have been really curious about this collection. This set retails for 128 Australian dollars. Watch out for the review of this collection in the channel. Lastly, I picked up a couple of Elizabeth Arden products. Elizabeth Arden products are generally affordable, even more so if purchased from duty-free. From Elizabeth Arden, I picked up this green tea honey drops body cream. This is the 100 ml tube, which cost 15 Australian dollars. I think this comes in a bigger 500 ml tub, which retails for $29. Was never a fan of the original green tea fragrance, but the body products are toned down versions, which I much prefer. Next, I pick up 3 green tea flankers because these were great value for money at 29 Australian dollars for 100 ml bottle and will make for great gifts in the future. Green tea Sakura Blossom was a 2021 release and features Japanese cherry blossoms. I also got green tea Mimosa, an older flanker and a favorite of a bunch of people I know. Lastly, I got the newest 2023 flanker, green tea Citron Freesia. Just because I was truly curious to smell this. Drop me a comment if you all are interested to see a review of these 3 fragrances. We've also looked around Myers at Pacific Werribee Mall, tried some Jimmy Choo fragrances, namely Jimmy Choo Floral, Jimmy Choo Low, and Jimmy Choo Fever, and concluded that the best one among the 3 is Jimmy Choo Floral. I went home with no purchase from Myers because they were not discounted. That's it for this video, mateys. I hope you liked today's video and I hope this was helpful and useful to you all, especially if you're looking to shop for fragrances next time you travel to Australia. For me, the top 3 best parts of this travel are the close encounter with koalas and kangaroos, seeing the Sydney Opera House inside and out, and best of all, the chance to see my not-so-little brother again, his wife, and my 3 adorable nieces, Sandy, Lara, and Yana. Thank you for your patience and generosity. And a big shoutout goes to all kababayans we've met while we were there. Thank you all so much for making it this far, and before you leave this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Check to see if you are subscribed to the channel, and if not, please consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content. Turn notification on by hitting the bell icon so you'd be notified whenever a new video is up. Don't forget to comment your thoughts down below. I have a similar video on Singapore perfume shopping. You might want to check that one out if you're traveling to Singapore very soon. And so, take care, y'all. Smell your absolute best. And see you in the next video. Bye!